How much is the low kick? How much does Conor McGregor earn per second spent in the ring? Stay tuned for more information on the lives of rich people. Hello dear friends. Former UFC bantamweight champion Conor McGregor hasn't had to think about finances for a long time. His total wealth last year was estimated at $400 million, and last year, according to Forbes magazine, he became richer by $180 million. This amount exceeds the income of any athlete on the planet Earth. Where did the former plumber get such money, and why did the scandalous Irishman have to lose part of his fortune? We'll talk about today. How did Conor make money in 2021? In the winter of 2021, McGregor had a fight with Dustin Porter. The Irishman lost by TKO but added $22 million to his purse. The fighters met again this summer. Conor lost again but again earned about $22 million. In the spring of last year, the Irishman sold a controlling stake in his personal whiskey brand Proper 12 to the company Proximo Spirits and deposited on his personal account another $150 million. In addition to his personal business, Conor has his sponsors. With their help in 2021, according to Forbes, he earned $158 million. Thus, it became clear that the 33-year-old fighter does not need fights to earn money anymore. He can quite engage in personal business and feel pretty good. Conor McGregor's business has suffered damage. However, the fighter's scandalous image is also affecting his business. On January 12th, an unidentified man threw 2 Molotov cocktails into the pub of the famous Irishman. It may have been an attempt on Conor's life because he was in the bar shortly before the incident. There is another version according to which the Irishman could have planned it himself in order to create a ruckus around his establishment. This option has some merit, especially considering that all along his establishment has been unprofitable and Conor has invested a tidy sum to change it. McGregor loves this pub and puts his soul into it in addition to the money, but knowing some scandalous moments from the fighter's life, for a while one begins to wonder if the PR option might be realistic, especially considering the fact that no damage was done to the establishment and no one was hurt. Police are investigating and have asked witnesses to provide footage from video recorders. 2 men on scooters fell under suspicion of the attack. Why is McGregor returning to fighting despite his high income? The income level allows the former plumber to no longer enter the octagon at all, but Conor continues his career. Why would he do that? First, it's an opportunity to once again make a name for himself in the media space and promote his new product. Secondly, the fighter often stated that after his career in wrestling, he would like to go into business, but popularity is never a big thing. The third reason is the most lyrical. Mixed martial arts gave Conor everything he has in life right now. He went from an ordinary plumber to one of the most famous figures in the world of sports and showbiz. Conor can be loved or hated, but the fact that the Irishman has succeeded cannot be taken away from him. When in 2022, when the UFC will announce the date of McGregor's next fight, many mixed martial arts fans will stick to their screens to see the triumph or defeat of the legendary Irishman. Either way, it will be a highlight that will bring McGregor a tidy sum. What does the world's richest fighter spend his millions on? The famous Irishman worked as a plumber and knows what it's like to survive on unemployment benefits. A few years later, we can see in his Instagram post with a provocative phrase, "Profit for the week," Conor McGregor now has a large fortune, a significant part of which he spends on charity. He built a housing complex for the homeless in Dublin and sponsored treatment for sick children. But the fighter does not know life without the trappings of luxury. In social networks, Conor McGregor bragged about his new Astronomia Tourbillon Baguette watch of the American brand Jacob Co., which cost about $1 million. The fighter has a great weakness for expensive watches. McGregor's collection has more than 24 pieces in gold and platinum, with diamonds and emeralds close to the Irish heart. "Ambition is my ammunition," McGregor said to himself, and also expensive things, and that even applies to tracksuits. The fighter spends about $1 million a year on clothes. Most of his closet is represented by the Gucci brand, including 2 mink coats that are stored in a large freezer. I bought this coat for $55,000 at a Gucci boutique on 5th Avenue in New York. At the same place, I bought a second one with a picture of a dragon on the back for $80,000. Both of these coats are made in one copy, he says. The fighter is generous with his gifts. For Christmas, he gave his beloved D. Devlin the car Lamborghini Urus for $400,000. Sports suits, fur coats, but the real passion is expensive suits by fashion designer David August Hale. In 2018, Conor launched a joint clothing line with a fashion designer under the Conor McGregor brand, suits, shirts and accessories at more affordable prices than the fashion designer's main collection. In addition to the usual sneakers McGregor prefers, shoes made of reptile leather, python and crocodile. Car fleet of the Irishman strikes with its variety, a classic Rolls-Royce, SUVs and supercars, each car with its own nickname. For example, a bright green Lamborghini Monster with 700 horsepower and speed up to 100 km per hour in 3 seconds. However, the Monster ended its existence, turning into a pile of expensive scrap metal after McGregor drove it into the pole. The owner did not get a single scratch. Even since 2016, Conor can afford to fly a private jet to another state for a fried chicken for lunch. McGregor spends his travel time reading the latest press. Making whiskey has been a long-time dream for McGregor as a true Irishman. The boxer took his approach to the process very seriously. He personally chose a blend of whiskey out of more than 100 offered and delved into all the details of making whiskey. He earned over $1 billion from the sale of the drink in the first year. A month ago, McGregor sold the brand to Mexicans and earned more than $156 million on the deal. In 2019, fighter purchased the prestige 750 Yacht, which cost about £3 million. The vessel was designed specifically for McGregor, with 4 cabins and several living quarters. In the late 2020, the athlete ordered a 19-meter Tenco-muffle Lamborghini 63 open cruiser with a carbon fiber hull. Especially for McGregor, the boat was painted in traditional Irish colors. The fighter called the purchase McGregor Edition and chose some interior details himself. Real estate: a family home in Ireland, a villa in Spain with its own gym, home spa and outdoor pool, a mansion in Las Vegas for rent. In 2019, he even wanted to buy real estate in Russia, but apparently changed his mind. Fighting star Conor McGregor said after the failure of the Super League soccer project that he was thinking about buying Manchester United. If that wasn't a joke, such a statement is worth considering more closely. The former UFC champion in 2 weight classes is a longtime fan of MU and the richest MMA fighter in the world. The perfect combination for a buyout of a legendary club from its American owners. Not really. Man United is one of the most lucrative and expensive sports projects in the world and the richest in England. In the mid-2000s, American businessman Malcolm Glazer spent a total of nearly $1.5 billion to acquire shares in the Red Devils. In the 2010s, Man United was adding to the top of the Forbes list. Its valuation rose to $3.689 billion, and in 2021, the bar rose above $4 billion. Even taking into account the possible decline in the Mancunian stock price, all of the Conor's money will not be enough to purchase and own the club. Experts estimate the state of McGregor, taking into account his sports and business projects, at $252 million. At the same time, the Irishman is a well-known lover of luxury. He's crazy about expensive watches, clothes, cars and alcohol. How much does Conor earn per second? In fact, if you stick to the methodology, McGregor was earning just over $2,907,000 per minute in 2021, or $48,458 per second spent in the octagon. Do you know how to hit it over the head with a turntable like Conor?